A very good evening and welcome to a brand new edition of News First Weekend, coming to you live from our News First studios in Colombo. I'm Arundhati Naika. Let's start off with a look at your headlines.
The aim of the government is to create a better society whilst embellishing cities and towns. A statement from the President. 3 separate investigations over the attack on the HNTA student protest. Plan to resolve the housing issue in the country given life. Mathura-bound train engine detaches from the compartments.
An event to mark the World Cities Day took place today at the Apegama premises in Pathiramulla under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. World Cities Day is aimed at finding solutions to the housing issues faced by the communities the world over and form a process to embellish cities through sustainable development.
Better development and better aspects for the country are created and distributed from the cities. There is another side to this as well. That is, harmful aspects such as drugs and various other diseases, sexually transmitted diseases such as HIV, is also spread from the cities. That is the situation in Sri Lanka. Development of a city does not mean embellishment alone. On the day we mark World Cities Day, we need to understand and move with the concept of a better life with a better city. Under this theme, we all have responsibilities. As a new government, we have established the Ministry of Megapolis and Western Development. This ministry was established in order to fulfill this task for the future of the country.
මේ අමාත්‍යංශය බිහි කළේ මේ තිබෙන අපේ රටේ අනාගතය සඳහා මේ පුළුල් කාර්යභාරයක් ඉටු කිරීම සඳහායි. එදා ජයවර්ධන ජනාධිපතිතුමා පරිපාලන නගරය කෝට්ටේට ගෙනෙනකොට
when the late President Jayawardena moved the administrative capital to Kotte, it only took 15 minutes to go to Kotte from the presidential palace. Today it takes an hour and a half for that journey. At a time when the President and Prime Minister are operating offices in Kolpiti, there is an issue with regard to travelling to the institutions of administration and public service. We need a better program to address this. I believe that we have provided a streamlined national plan and hope that it will be implemented in the future.
The construction of the road in Polduwa Udumulla to make the transport system of the economic capital of Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte more efficient commenced today under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. The project, jointly carried out by the Urban Development Authority and Road Development Authority, is done at a cost of 316 million rupees. Taking a look at our developing story for tonight, the National Police Commission has decided to conduct an investigation into the conduct of police at the protest by the student of the Higher National Diplomas in Accountancy program on Thursday in Colombo.
The police charge on students who protested at Board Place on Thursday was widely criticized and condemned. However, the police continues to deny any wrongdoing. A female student who was a victim of the police charge, speaking to Newsfirst, shared her bitter experience.
රවුන්ඩ් බවුඩ් එක ගාව තියෙන ටැංකියෙන් මුණ හොද හොද හිටියේ කඳුළු ගෑස් පාර සැර වැඩි හින්දා එකපාරටම ආයෙත් ගෑවෙවා දුවන්න ගාලා අපිත් මේ පැත්ත කියන්නේ නැගිටලා ඔළුව ඉස්සලා බලද්දි පොලිසියෙන් ගම බැටළුණු උස්සා ඒ මාත් නැගිටලා දුවන්න හදද්දිම මේ මට පිටට පාරවල් දෙකක් වැදුනා ඒ මාව ඇදගෙන වැටෙනවා මම බිම වැටලා හිටියෙත් එක්කම මේ මම ඔළුවට අත තියන් හිටියේ අර ගහ වැදෙන්නේ නැති වෙන ඔළුවට වැදෙන්නේ නැති ඒ වුණාට මට ඔළුවට ගහගෙන ගියා මගේ ඔළුවේ වම් පැත්ත ඉදිමිලා තියෙන්නේ නල්ලන්නවත් බෑ අටලි කොට්ටේටවත් ඔළුව තියන්න බෑ පිටේත් මගේ පල්ලන් තියෙනවා වැදුන පාරවල්.
3 separate investigations are underway into the incident. Ministry of University Education, Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission and the National Police Commission are conducting 3 separate investigations.
Police Commission සභාව තීරණයක් ගත්ත පොලිස්පතිවරයා සමග සාකච්ඡා කළා.
The National Police Commission has decided to discuss with the Inspector General of Police and on Monday summoned Senior DIG Pujitha Jayasundara and the DIG who was present at the time of the incident to seek an explanation. If the recommendation or the report speak of a wrongdoing, we will speak to the IGP in order to take legal action if there is a criminal charge and if discipline had been violated. Action will be taken on that matter as well.
University students protested today as well, condemning the attack on the HNDA students. The students from the University of Sabaragamu marched onto the Colombo-Badula main road and demonstrated. The students of the Higher Technical College in Trincomalee held a demonstration in the Mehindapura area along the Trincomalee-Anuradhapura main road.
You cannot stop the students through suppression. We condemn this attack. We need our rights as students. Do not attack students. We are protesting for our future.
The Federation of University Teachers Association, convening a media briefing, condemned the attack on the HNDA students.
There are political motives behind such organized demonstrations. There is no point in calling for reports after the incident had taken place. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe had called for a report. There is no need for reports. If you look at the footage aired by the media, there you have a complete report.
Minister of Law and Order Tilak Marapana has ordered the Inspector General of Police to provide a report with regard to the incident as per the directives of the Prime Minister.
A school student was killed in an altercation that broke out during a musical show in Theogony, Matara.
This musical show had taken place at the Kapuduwa public grounds in Theogony. It was reported that a verbal dispute had reached to the extent of a stabbing.
There was a dispute there. My brother too was there. My brother got stabbed during the dispute.
A 12-year-old boy died as a result of lacerations to his neck. Another person who was injured was admitted to the Mathura General Hospital for treatment.
No one arrived here to help us. I screamed out loud. No one arrived, not even the police.
The Theogony police have commenced investigation. The police has been able to apprehend 3 persons suspected to have committed the murder. The magisterial inquiry and the post-mortem examination was carried out this morning.
Also in local news, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, speaking at an event in Hakmana, commented on the luxury bunker constructed at the presidential palace.
A former president attended a religious event at the Jayasumanarama temple in Hakmana.
Although it was widely spread as a palace underground, what we wanted was a bunker. There were facilities to conduct meetings in that. There were rooms. We wanted the requirement to remain there if we were attacked for weeks. We need to be able to steer the war operations. That is a privilege of a state leader and his security. However, today it has been made into a joke. The leaders will be helped from various countries. I hope that will be a myth.
The role of the Attorney General's Department was taken up for discussion during the Face the Nation program aired yesterday.
The Attorney General's Department, I think, is a classic case of one of the most glorious departments in Sri Lanka. Today, showing a pathetic display of what I would consider as the rapid deterioration of the public service. A, it has become politicized. B, it is no longer independent. 3, the amount of work done is negligible. So in all respects, I think there is a very steady deterioration. Of course, there are exceptions, I must say. There are exceptions, very sturdy exceptions. Look at this avant-garde case. First they go and file a petition. They file a complaint or a B report in the magistrate's court. Now they don't say who gave advice to file it under those acts. Then they say there is no case whatsoever. They withdraw. Now they are continuing to hold investigations and they say there's material emerging. Now isn't it a situation where they have not acted in a prudent, professional manner? I mean, they say different things. And what is the respect people can have for that?
You're watching News First, and up next is News in Brief.
Police today arrested the brother of SF Lanka, who is the main suspect in the recent murder of nightclub owner Wasantha Soisa in Anuradhapura. Police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara said that he was arrested in Tangol. Wasantha Soisa was murdered on the night of the 24th at a nightclub down Mudita Mawatha in Anuradhapura. There are two suspects who have planned this murder. One of the suspects have been arrested. The other suspect, Ayan Ranasinghe, is a deserter from the Army Special Forces. Investigations will continue to arrest this suspect. Today, the Tangol police arrested a suspect known as Asitha Ranasinghe. He is 25 years old. After his arrest, it was revealed that he is the brother of Ayan Ranasinghe. The Gampala police seized over 5,000 kilograms of dust tea which is being transported from Baduraliya to Udunwara. Dust tea collected from a number of areas in Udunwara was being transported. CCTV cameras recorded an accident that took place as a result of crossing the road in a reckless manner. The student met with the accident and suffered injuries when travelling to a tuition class in the Badula town this morning. Poppy flowers were pinned at an event in Galle today organised to remember fallen war heroes. The event was organised by the battalion of the Kamanu Watch of the Sri Lanka Army and was presided over by Chief Minister of the Southern Province, Shan Vijayalal.
It was reported today that the engine of a Mathura-bound train from Galle had detached from the compartments and moved ahead.
The train engine had detached from the compartments in Maklua, Galle at around 9:50 this morning when travelling to Mathura from Galle. The Department of Railways said that the train engine had moved 1 kilometre ahead towards Magalla without any compartments.
The train engine moved towards Katugada, leaving behind the compartments at the railway crossing. Those aboard looked back after hearing the yelling. The engine had gone ahead, leaving the compartments behind.
It took more than 1 hour to restore the operations on the tracks.
Taking a look at more local news, and up next is Action TV.
Yesterday, the foundation stone was laid for the construction of one of the 4 housing projects in the Navagampur area in the Ampara district. 25 houses are to be constructed in each housing project. The National Housing Development Authority had agreed to provide a sum of 250,000 rupees as a loan to the housing benefactors per each house that is constructed. Any individual who claims ownership to a land with no issues under legal stance can obtain a loan from the National Housing Development Authority as per the conditions set by the authority. However, 25 persons who have been selected as the benefactors of the houses in the project that is to be constructed in Navagampura and be entitled to the loan have been selected in an improper manner. This land is owned by the state. If this land is to be divided among persons, Circular number 2008-4 issued by the Land Commissioners Department needs to be followed. According to this circular, if a land is to be divided among the low-income earners, middle-income earners, state employees and staff of constitutional boards, it needs to be done so through the Divisional Secretary of the respective area. As the divisional secretaries have been vested with the powers over the state lands that have not been given to the district secretaries, the persons who fall under the aforementioned categories should be selected through the Land Registry Office, and this is the responsibility of the divisional secretary. 250 purchase of this state-owned land in Ampara is to be divided among 25 persons. However, the Ampara District Secretary had gone beyond his powers in undertaking this task by taking advantage of the position that has been left vacant at the Divisional Secretariat. Over 500 persons had registered themselves at the Land Registry Office to obtain lands in the Ampara Divisional Secretariat since the year 2011. However, the district secretary had sent persons that he favours to the Grama Nilgiri office to be given the lands. The Grama Nilgiri officer had allocated 25 plots of land, 10 purchase each, in violation of the survey process. The benefactors have been selected in a tribal manner and not according to the registrations at the land registry. 8 of the 25 persons who were given lands are staff members of a cabinet minister. These 25 persons have not even registered themselves with the land registry. Some of these persons are ones who had obtained state lands and sold them. Shouldn't this error be rectified immediately? Commissioner General of Lands, this is over to you.
The laying of the foundation stone for the first model village under the Samattisavana concept commenced today under the patronage of Minister of Housing and Construction, Sajith Premadasa.
The laying of the foundation stone to the new model village India Beduma Tissa Maharama took place today. The family will receive a land of 15 purchase and 25 houses will be constructed under this program. Title deeds were also awarded to benefactors in line with the program. There are approximately 1.2 to 1.5 million families without houses in our country. The total number of families in the country are 5.1 million. If 1.2 million families do not have land of their own, we as citizens and rulers of this country should be ashamed. I would like to state happily at this instance that the government will commit itself to provide a shade for all within 10 years by 2025.
Taking a look at business news now, official government data records indicate that inflation over the past month has risen significantly.
Sri Lanka's consumer prices rose to 1.7% in October 2015. Inflation rate fell sharply from February to September after the government cut prices of several traded goods including fuel. In October, food prices rose, resulting in the rise of inflation. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka says the prices of rice, sugar, fish, dried fish, potatoes, onions and several vegetables had increased during the past 1 month.
The Dharma Conference on Harmony of Religions, Welfare of Humankind took place in Madhya Pradesh, India.
हमारी माननीय मुख्य अतिथि श्रीमती सुमित्रा महाजन जी.
The third international conference on Dharma aims to focus on the harmony of all religions and the usefulness of religion for individual, social and cosmic well-being. Over 300 religious leaders, intellectuals, scholars and politicians from 26 countries, including the chairman of the Mahabodhi Society of Sri Lanka, Venerable Banagalu Padesatero and Sri Ravi Shankar were present for the conference. Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan and Sri Lankan Minister Patli Champika Ranavika were among those present for the 3-day event.
The Department of Meteorology forecasts that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the northern, eastern and southern provinces. Water levels of a number of reservoirs have risen as a result of the incessant rains that were experienced during the past few days.
4 spill gates of the Rajanganu reservoir have been opened up. The irrigation engineer in charge of the project stated that 2 gates have been opened up by 4 feet each and 2 gates have been opened up by 2 feet each. Two spill gates of the Anuradhapura Kala tank were being opened by 6 feet each. The water levels of the Nuara Vava in Anuradhapura has also risen and reached spill level as a result of the continuous rains. A rock toppled onto a house in the Alugol area in Nawula Mathale due to the heavy downpour. No casualties were reported and locals say that the area is prone to landslides. A landslide took place in close proximity to the Mahaswilava Dam in Polgola on the Dutukamna Mavata, which bridges Mavil Madama and Levela Kandi. Our correspondent said that the transportation on the road had come to a complete standstill.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of News First Weekend. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.